everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm doing this bronzy smoked out look, so if you like to see how I created it then just keep on watching. So I'm starting off with the brows. Lucy likes her brows a little bit more defined, so I'm just taking the Inglot brow gel in the shade 16, as this gives like more of a sharp defined look. So basically I draw a line underneath and then I begin to fill out the front, go in with a bit more of an arch, and then fill out the rest of the brow. Now for eye base, I'm taking the P. Louise eye base in the shade Rumour, as I always do, using this to carve out underneath the brows and then applying this all over the lid in a patting motion as the eye base.
Hey, hey, why do I feel like I linger between the words to say the words to remember. Now we're here to take control over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back everything and lose it all.
The eyeshadow palette that I'm going to be using in this video is the Stacey Marie Carnival palette. I'm going to be taking the shade Rowdy as the darker brown color, and then I'm going to be blending that up into Basic, which is like a lighter brown shade. Just packing this color on until I get the intensity that I desire. Then I'm just going to be blending the two together. Obviously blending as much as I would like, and with another brush as well, just to make sure that everything is seamless. And then just going to be taking some of that basic eyeshadow again and just popping that through the front of the eye just to create a little bit more depth, but nothing too dark, as we're wanting it to be quite bright where we place the pigment down. So for the base for the pigment, I'm going to be taking the Inglot gel liner in the shade 94, as I normally do, but this time I'm taking it with a more of a fluffy brush. You'll see in the clip shortly that I just like to pat it on, not in any sort of particular like precise way, as I really want it to be like nicely blended out, and yeah, that kind of gives you the more diffused illusion. Then I'm just going to be taking the pigment from Inglot, which is the shade 124, which is this really nice like bronzy sort of shade, bronzy gold shade, and I'm just going to be packing this on with like a flat fluffy brush, again not in any like particular way, just making sure that it's really nicely diffused and really soft as well. After this, I'm going to be taking just the Rowdy shade, which is the darker brown, and I'm just going to be using that to deepen out the outer corner again and also blend the pigment and the eyeshadows together. Then for gel liner, I'm taking the Inglot gel liner in 77 as per usual, because it's my favorite. I'm just going to be lining her lash line and then smoking out the outer corner, as I felt like this obviously is a smoky look, so we want it to be nice and smoky, but I feel like this look really makes her eyes pop. So I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Noir eyeshadow and just smoking out the outer corner after I've done this. Yeah, I feel like it really gives, I just love smoky looks at the moment. They're like my favorite. So I'm really just deepening that black up. I really wanted it to be super dark and super smoky, as like I said before, I feel like this really makes her eyes pop. So yeah, just packing that on as much as I would like to. Then I'm just going to take some lashes. These ones are from AliExpress and they're the style D103. I'll leave the link below, but they're nice full fluffy lashes, as that is what Lucy likes. Then I'm just going to be cleaning up underneath her eyes, as this was a darker smoky look. There's obviously going to be a little bit more fallout, so just cleaning that up, and then I'm going to wipe over the rest of her face as well, just to make sure there's no oils or anything on the skin, so the base will go on really flawlessly and smooth.
Until the very last hour.
Then for primer, I like to take the Benefit Matte Rescue primer. This one's like a gel form and it dries matte. I really find that this works nicely underneath foundation and it doesn't go bally, and it also makes the skin really matte as well. I like to apply this with just like a concealer buffer brush, as I feel like it really pushes the product into the skin. For the rest of the face, I like to use the Laura Mercier Radiance Primer at the moment. It's kind of like a moisturizer with a little bit of a glow in it as well. So it hydrates the face and really preps the skin for the foundation, and also gives a little bit of a glow without it looking really oily. And yeah, it looks really nice under the foundation that I use as well.
We still got a few more days to slay, eh? It's gonna get so much louder. Now we're here to take control over your body and over your soul.
For foundation, I'm taking the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I mix the shades light beige and warm beige together. This pretty much gives you the perfect fake tan color. I feel like sometimes light beige is too light and then warm beige is too dark, so mix two together and it's literally perfect. Just applying this with a Dirty 30s sponge as per usual. It's my favorite way to apply this foundation. I just feel like that's how you get the most flawless finish. So I prefer to kind of do one layer over the face, and then if I feel like there's areas where I need to apply a little bit more coverage, then I'll go back over that after it's kind of set down on the face a little bit. I feel like sometimes if you're applying a whole heap of foundation in the one area where you need more coverage, it's not going to build up nicely and it's not going to look flawless on the skin.
We're gonna take back everything and lose it all. Lose it all. Lose it all. Feel it in your arms. Feel it in your legs. Feel it on your fingertips and feel it in your head. Just let your body go. Just let your body go. Just let your body go.
For concealer, sorry, not foundation, we've just done that. I'm taking the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard. This is one of my favorites at the moment, and then just blending that out with a little mini Dirty 30 sponge. I'll also set the under eyes with a little bit of the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I also set laugh lines and then a little bit on her chin as well.
Go and move to the rhythm.
For pretty much everything else that I'm about to do is the same as what I always do. So the cream contour is Bobbi Brown foundation stick in Cool Almond. I then set the face with the Australis Fresh and Flawless powder in deep darkest brown. I then contour further with the Benefit Hoola bronzer. I then bronze the face with the MAC Give Me Sun. I then add a little bit of blush, which is Warm Soul, and then a bit of Hot Mama blush by The Balm as well. Highlighter is Oh Darling by MAC. And yeah, I pretty much do the same thing because I'm obsessed with these products. Why do I feel like I linger? Linger between the words to say the words to remember. Now we're here to take control over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back everything and lose it all. Lose it all. Lose it all. Feel it in your So for under the eyes, I'm basically taking the same shades I used on the top on the bottom, so starting with the darkest and then blending out to the lightest. I also do add a little bit of black in her waterline, which is just the 77 gel liner from Inglot. I feel like this lasts the longest. I then also add a tiny little bit of the black eyeshadow just in the outer corner once I've done this as well, just as I felt like it just needed a little bit more depth with the black in the waterline. And yeah, I feel like this makes her eyes pop, like really pop. I also take the MAC Vanilla Pigment for the inner corner highlight as well. I also just take a smaller blending brush and just blend out those edges, just where the foundation meets the P. Louise eye base, so we don't have any harsh lines. For lips, we're taking the MAC Strip Down Lip Pencil in the shade, well, we just told me the shade Strip Down, and then also the MAC lipstick in the shade Yash. This is like the perfect nude combo, that or Honey Love. I did also give her a little bit of red lipstick because she was wearing a red outfit this night and she wasn't sure whether she wanted a nude or a red lip, so I gave her a little bit of red what am I saying, like a liquid lipstick, so if she wanted to, she could apply that later, and she actually went with the red lipstick and it looked amazing. So yeah, that looked really good. But I feel like a red lipstick, you have to be really sure if you want to wear it, because if you don't like it, pretty much once you take it off, every single lipstick underneath or every single lipstick you put on after that is going to look pink, even if it's not pink. So yeah. Then just applying some mascara and some setting spray, and here we have the completed look. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye!
Now we won't go back home today, until the very last hour. We still got a few more days to slay, it's gonna get so much louder. Now we're here to take control over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back